A little nonsense is what I need. Now if you wanna get the best of me.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another budget meal. This meal I've made multiple times. It's a real easy taco mac and cheese. You're gonna need 3 boxes of, and you can also just do 2 if you have a smaller family. 3 boxes of the mac and cheese. It's got the cheese sauce pouch. And you're gonna need about a pound of ground beef, pound and a half, just depending on, you know, you want more meat, more pasta, whatever. And some taco seasoning, and that's it. It's really easy and simple, but it's kind of, you could do it with a powdered mac and cheese, but it would be best if you do it with the ones that's got the pouch, the cheese pouch. And it's just real simple. You're gonna take the meat, you're gonna cook it, you're gonna add the taco seasoning just like you would if you're making tacos, but instead of tacos, you're gonna add it to mac and cheese that you've already prepared. And then that's it. It's real simple, really simple throw together meal. And then we're gonna try to do a few of these and get y'all several videos for inflation meals, I like to call them, that kind of just help when you're waiting on payday, or if you're having hard times and need something to throw together for the family that's cheap. Okay, let me get this cooked and I'll come right back to you. Okay, y'all, so hamburger meat is cooked. Now, before I drain it, I add my taco seasoning. And I don't know if you know this or not, but you can fill up the taco packet, the empty taco packet, and add your water. I usually do a little bit extra. And then you're gonna stir that. Then cook this until it's bubbling. And then you're gonna drain it. And meanwhile, I'm going to be making my shells and cheese. There we go. Shells and cheese. So that I can mix all this together. This you kind of can't do one pot style because there's so many, you know, things that need to be drained, stuff like that. But cook this until it's bubbling. And let me go ahead and get my pasta cooked. And I'll come right back. And after this is bubbles, then you can go ahead and drain it while you wait for the pasta to get done. Okay, y'all. So macaroni, or in this case, shell pasta, is done. And I am working on getting the cheese sauce added. It's really easy, really simple. It's really easy and simple and just perfect for those of you that are on low budget and need cheap, easy meals. I'm doing 3 boxes, but you can get away with 2, or even 1 for that matter, depending on how big your family is. Or if you want leftovers for the week, whichever. And I've already cooked the hamburger meat, I've already seasoned it, I've already did all that, and it's set aside waiting to be added to this. And you're really not, you know, that much of a cook, and you don't know about all the different things and don't want to make it from scratch, and this is another recipe that would be perfect for that. we're just going to stir all this up. Make sure that the cheese is throughout. And it's still hot, so that's good. And then take your ground beef that's already been seasoned and pour it in. And that's it. And it's full of flavor and it's really good. And you can always add more cheese if you'd like, or whatever. I usually just go with it like this. It seems to be enough for us. And it's really yummy. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make a one-pot macaroni lasagna. And I've already got the ground beef cooked and drained. It was about a pound's worth. So I'm going to get that ready for you. And then we're going to go ahead and add our seasoning. And this is going to be a one-pot meal. A lot of people have wrote in and said that they don't like that I separate out the macaroni from, or the pasta, you know, whatever. Pasta, whatever it is. And then try to say it's a one-pot meal, blah, blah, blah. So we're trying to do a few where it's most definitely a one-pot meal, no doubt about it. Okay, ground beef, cooked, loose, drained. And then we're going to add our seasoning. I'm going to do some salt. About 1.5 teaspoons. I'm just going to add about 1 teaspoon. Some pepper. And I was out of, I thought I had some Italian seasoning, but apparently no. So I'm going to put in a little bit of basil and a little bit of oregano and call it a day. Now I like oregano a little bit better, so I just put a little bit extra in there. It's supposed to be 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, and I kind of split it a little between the oregano and basil. We need a teaspoon of paprika. Make sure I got paprika. Some of those spices look the same. 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay. And we're going to stir that in. I've got some beef broth we're going to add to this. Now, it only calls for 2 cups of beef broth, but I went over just a little bit. I tend to do that just to be on the safe side. Alright. And now we're going to put in our pasta. You just need a cup of elbows. And I'm using just the cheap canned spaghetti sauce or marinara sauce. And I'm going to add that to this. Right now, we're not going to wait. 24 ounces. And I'm going to turn this up on medium-high heat. I'm going to get it to bubbling. And then we're going to turn it down and let it simmer. You have to keep an eye on your liquid ratio here. And make sure that your macaroni, I couldn't think of the name of it, has enough liquid to cook. So, like I said, I added 2 1/3 cups of beef broth. So we're going to get this to bubbling, and then we're going to cover it and simmer for another 15-20 minutes, and it should be done. It's very similar to my goulash recipe. A little bit different though. Okay, I'll be back here in a few. Okay, y'all. So it started bubbling, and I've already turned it down to simmer. And now for the next 15-20 minutes or so. I'm going to keep this covered so our macaroni can get done. But I'm also going to come back every so many minutes and check on it, make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan. So make sure you do that. Not frequently stir, but you know, try to keep up with it and make sure that it don't stick. I'll see you back here in about 15 minutes. Okay, y'all, so here's the finished product. Tastes great. Now I'm gonna add some mozzarella, and I'm just gonna stir that in, and then that's it. That's everything. And right now I have this on low because I want to try to get this cheese to melt a little bit. So you can do that before you serve to try to keep it warm. But that's it. And it does taste like lasagna. So I did perfect with just my oregano and my basil. I did about a teaspoon or a little more, not a teaspoon and a half, but a little bit more than a teaspoon of oregano and about a half a teaspoon of basil, and that was the perfect ratio for me. So everything tastes fine. I'm just going to keep stirring this until this cheese melts, and I'm going to make some garlic bread to go with it, and then I'm going to serve. Really easy. Did perfect. And I didn't have to worry about little gummy noodles like I normally have to worry about. Everything did great. Okay, y'all, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.
That's the night.